Hello and welcome back to another episode of Gran Turismo Sport. We're here with a GP2 race, which I hardly ever do. This is going to be interesting as we start 12th midfield this time. So no further ado, we're straight into it and off we go on the opening lap of 1 of 13. And may I add, it is 2 times I believe tyre wear and 7 times fuel potentially. I might have got that the wrong way around, but anyway, there is a tyre and fuel discrepancy in this race, so it will fall down in time. So here we go, turn 1. We are literally rolling into 12th and 11th place. We're rolling into 11th place, and Flick Heat passes me, but then we equalise on a person's misfortune back there that have fallen straight back. So we hold position in 12th place, and I can't believe we are now middle of the pack. It has taken some time to sort of better my qualifying time to get me even this far, so we are knocking on the door of potential performances in the Gtsport entrances. And there we have it, a yellow flag with someone going off into the gravel there at I believe it was a Polish person. I may be corrected, might have to just double check that on the playback. Here we go, we're in the seaside section. This is absolutely magnificent racing, and we are bullying our way through up to 9th, but it's not going to be easy, as this is just the first lap of many. And this section here, my gosh, it does separate the men from the boys, and we are having a good run through the seaside section, and we've got the slingshot maybe to have a little potential look at the inside. We're still going to go for it, and we bully ourselves all through into 8th position. I was expecting a little bit of a penalty, because again with the Gran Turismo penalty decisions, it's sort of here, there and everywhere, so I wouldn't have been surprised if I had a half a second to a second penalty back there. But anyway, we are breathing down the neck of the German in 7th. We're having a look in the inside. We're having a big interest for 7th place here, but again Flick Heat puts on the heat. Regards to myself, and we are bunched up in a very interesting free, and I had to yield to give track position, but again we go round the outside and literally make it stick, and my goodness me, it is breathtaking. And we're in a British sandwich, and goodness knows I've got a penalty for that, because I believe I did go off the track back there to cause that 1 second penalty to be owed. So here we go, we're going through the seaside section knowing that we've got the penalty. We've got a clean run through the seaside section, and we are up to 9th again, even though we have to serve that penalty which is coming up. But we have got some great speed, and I'm learning to sort of trust the actual traction control. I put it on 1 for racing, but a top tip, if you really want a fast time in qualifying, you knock it down to 0 and try and perfect your driving line. But it's all about where you put your accelerator on. It does depend on that. But there we go, we have served the penalty. We fall back to 10th, and we are now trying to sort of limitate the damage caused in the previous lap before. We are on lap 3 of 13, and it is just, this track actually has grown on me. I remember when I started Gran Turismo, this was a track that I just completely avoided like the plague, and just no way I was going to do this. But look at the train of British players from 9th right down to 12th on the left hand side there. We've got a British sort of train going on here, but there we go. And oh my gosh, that's a horrible hit by Flick Heat into the seaside section wall. We do profit, and we go up to 9th. So we are on lap 4, and again we are looking at a potential 8th place, and we're back with the German of, I can't even pronounce the name, but by saying that, I have a major flaw in my driving skill etiquette, and I have lost the complete car. Don't know what I'm talking about, because again, 17th, again all that hard work is undone. But never say never. Here we go, we are now trying to claw ourselves back to make sure we can try and finish quite strong in this race. Anyway, it's lap 5 now, going on to lap 6 of 13. In my mind now, I'm thinking to myself, people are going in serving penalties and, you know, changing the tyres, which you have to have the use of 2 different tyres in this race. So I believe I started on hards. I will be going on to the mediums at some point, but at this point I'm sort of judging when to come in, because again we are still slowly flirting up the leaderboard, should I say, and potentially going back to the around about the old 12th 11th area of the formation. It would be quite nice if I was able to actually clinch 12th or anything better, because again we qualified in 12th, and in my mind, if I do have a bit of a hiccup, a bit of an incident, I want to try and get my old qualifying position back. So here we go, we're going on to lap 8. We have got a few cars going into the pits. Well, the one which we passed, we're up to 13th now, and now we are getting to that time of, do I come in? But look at this racing now. We caught this fellow Brit on the back straight here. We are really interested in taking this 12th position off him now. He's darting to the left. He looks, and he gives me the inside line, so I'm literally going to take that with no questions. But I've got to watch it in the inside line, but holding the car very well, and it's not kicking out too much. But he's right up my chuff, and I'm literally going through this dangerous part of the circuit, which is the seaside section and this little bit of a chicane. And I was not so lucky that time, and Flick Heat gets back into 12th. Anyway, we are now following 3-4 cars into the pits, I believe, us included. Don't refuel the car, just get the new tyres on, and I believe now we're going on to the mediums as the cars in front are now on the hard, so we might have a tyre advantage here. So this will be very interesting in the last few races, laps I mean, that unfold. So here we go. We literally, I don't know who is in 13th place. We've got, he's literally was I can't even, is it Air Timic 176? He was caught napping, and we were literally, don't give me that second invite to take that position off you, because I will. But we're now closing up the gap against to 12th, and we're really putting the pressure on putting the pressure on to the pole in front, holding 12th, but he's just holding that. And again, I've just got to go easy on these new tyres just to sort of bed into them and get that use and how sticky they are, because a medium tyre is a very quick tyre, and we are already, I believe, pulling a gap from behind. But no, in the seaside section it all changes, it all closes up once again, and yet again Flick Heat was very unfortunate in the seaside section there, clobbering that wall again. Just the luck of the draw there, and how you measure that and how you measure your car through there is another thing. But we're up to 12th. This is all important for myself. This is just a success damage limitation, because we fell all the way back to 17th, and now I have managed to claw myself back to 12th position. So the last few laps of the race, 10 of 13, we are really now wanting that 11th place, and I'm now thinking to myself, I really want this now. I'm getting a small headache because of the driving and the concentration to claw back this any sort of respect regards to that massive slip up I had earlier on by just losing the car completely. Even on one traction control, the car just did not want to behave, and I was a little bit early onto the accelerator and it spun me around. But here we go, the seaside section once again. How many times have we edited this race down to this part of the track? This is all where the action kicks off. This is where the movers and the shakers do happen, and we are going through here in 5th gear, 145 kilometers an hour, and look how I would have hated to be in that car at that point in time. I wonder how the pole feels by going out in that style. But that was a dramatic crash, but that gives us 11th place, and now going on to the 10th place German ahead. Again, we're back at the seaside section. We have a better run through the section onto the Germans, so we're now going lap 11 of 13. We've got to run onto the 2 cars ahead from Germany and Sweden. We do go round there outside. We're trying to make it stick. We are making it stick, and we are through. We are through to P9. I cannot believe this fight back to, and even by watching it on playback it's getting me excited. So yes, the penultimate lap, 12 of 13, we are on the medium tyre, They are sort of wearing out a little bit fierce and maybe not looking after the tyre there, and the German literally barges his way through back to 9th, and we have got a race on our hands for the final few laps between the German and the Swedish player behind. This is all in to win now for 9th place, so again from 12th to 9th would be a really good result if I could hold on, but we shall see. The German went wide there. I could have had an opportunity up the inside. Anyway, we're going on to the back, like, I don't know, slalom section of the course. We've got to start giving these these corners names, but again the German is a little bit out of shape. I believe a better line. We close the gap, really close the gap with like 1/10 of a second. He gets a penalty, which I believe he left the circuit. We're into the seaside section. I'm putting the brakes on. We're having an incident. That's what we're having. He looked at the inside and he caught the end. Again, if it was a racing incident, was it intentional? I don't know, but he's stuck on the barrier. We fall back to 12th, which is, anyway, it is the place where we qualified, and we'll try and see it out. It does happen, but my gosh, my heart sunk when he just caught my rear end just there, just enough to spin me around. But final lap, seaside section, once again. How many times have we been here? And I get a 1 second penalty because I was just so eager through there. I believe I was the faster car travelling through there, sadly nudged into the actual Spaniard. There again, I believe I had to slow up there. I was quicker through there. I think he's just done enough for 11th here, but again, the challenge behind me with the German just down the road there, it looks like it's going to be a 12th position finish. But what racing! This is just one of 2 races that I've had, and hopefully the second race that I will be finishing to edit will come shortly. We cross the line into 12th, and there you have it. We are improving very much. Look at the sandwich of cars there, all getting penalties, and it does happen when you do believe that you're a faster car. You do sometimes sadly go into someone ahead of you that just sort of anti-brake or who are very cautious. But I hope you enjoyed that race as much as I did. It was quite a stressful race to race with, but well done to the fellow Brits in the race as well, pictured on the screen there. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the Knights of Gamerton. This is a production for their channel. This will also slowly go onto my channel in time. But yes, thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy the content, and I hope to be back in the next one.